Bonjour. Welcome to Max's Brandy Review. Thanks for joining me. Today I'll be reviewing a Calvados. This is Lemorton. Calvados is in the northern Normandy region of France. It's too wet, too much rain for grapes to grow, but it's perfect for apples. So Calvados is much like Cognac in that it's an AOC protected region. There are three main subregions in Calvados. This is from the Dom-Frontaine region. Dom-Frontaine is known for having more limestone and schist in the soil, which is perfect for growing pears. So in this subregion, which is unique to this subregion, the law states they have to use at least 30% pears. The Lemorton family, which is a small family-owned producer, actually uses 7 pears for every 3 apples. So this spirit is more like a 70% pear-based Calvados. The Lemorton family has been producing for generations. It's a small 9-acre farm. They produce all their apples and pears themselves, and they barrel age the cider for about a year before distilling it and rebarreling it for aging. I'm gonna give it a nose, give it a taste, let you guys know what I think. Very crisp, very tart pear apple notes. Getting a lot of yellow apple, a lot of delicate floral notes as well, a little bit of rosebud, kind of a minty, refreshing nose, a little bit of rain, a little bit of damp foliage, damp forest, and a lot of very delicate, nuanced floral notes. The pear-based distillate and pear-based Calvados are a lot more acidic than apples, so they tend to create a more feminine, delicate Calvados. This is definitely very unique for a Calvados. The pears are giving it, as mentioned, a much more delicate, nuanced quality. I'm going to give it a taste. Very sharp, very crisp. Not a tremendous amount of alcohol, but very, very dry. Almost to the point where it's palate numbing. Very tart, a lot of apple skin, yellow apples. After the initial rush of fruit, I'm getting a lot of floral notes, jasmine, honeysuckle, a little bit of rose water, and when that dies down, it's almost like I'm chewing on pine needles. A very minty, refreshing flavor, taste, followed by the light rose water at the end. A lot of complexity to this. It's very unique for a Calvados, or for a brandy for that matter. A lot going on, a lot bouncing back and forth. Again, very crisp, very sharp, very tart, in a very, very pleasant way. If you're not a big fan of overly sweet brandies or tons of caramel colorant flavorings, this is something you have to try. A lot of, again, very nuanced, delicate floral notes mixed and combined with that very sharp, dry characteristic. And it's as far away as you can get from a overly sweetened brandy that's just obnoxious. I'm a big fan of this. The Lemorton has a lot of different expressions. They do vintage dated Calvados. They have, I think, going as back as far as early 1910, 1915. And they do 25-year, 30-year that I believe bring on a lot more complexity. But for me, this reserve, which is an average of about 6 years, is pretty phenomenal. I'm going to give this a rating. I'm going to give it a rating for value as well as overall quality. For me, for a Calvados, I think this is really up there. It's not the oldest Calvados, but it's definitely amazing. I'm going to give it a 96. And for value, I'm going to give it a 100 out of 100. This is a $50 bottle, and I think it's incredibly undervalued, underappreciated knockout Calvados. Calvados itself doesn't get a lot of attention, but within Calvados, I think this is one of the best bottles you can find. So for a combined total of 98 out of 100, I definitely recommend giving this a try. Until next time, cheers.